Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Hoops on SSB, live from the Nest tonight in another good in Jacksonville area matchup between the University Christians and the Fleming Island Golden Eagles. BP alongside my special guest tonight, Steve Cooper. You might have heard his voice somewhere in town before. He's familiar with these teams as he had the pleasure of doing some analysis for the Fortegra Invitational Tournament. And he also helps out a little bit. He might have a ball player in town himself over there at St. John's Country Day. Scott, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing really good, and yeah, I got a ball player, and it's fun because he plays with a lot of these guys in the off season, and trains with a lot of these guys. So it's fun to see them play outside of the normal workout times.
You know, we've got some storylines tonight. Carson Crawford last Friday evening went on a tear and decided to throw his own slam dunk contest after a double overtime victory against Oakleaf. Carson Crawford showing out, but he's going to have some competition down in the center and a pair of guys from Ghana, and these two have a very cool story. Both of them coming over from Ghana and making their way to the United States, come to play basketball at University Christian. They stand at 6'9" and 6'10" respectively. We'll stand tall for a minute and honor America with the national anthem, and we'll be right back. You're watching Hoops on SSB. Stay right here. All right, back to action here. Hoops on SSB. Tip-off just a few seconds away. But we've got Adalbert Alote standing at 6'10", and Augustine Ayoyeni standing at 6'9". Carson Crawford, by comparison, at 6'7". That's two seniors versus a sophomore. Both of these guys are going to start tonight on the floor for University Christian. Scott, they really have some length and height on this squad right now that's going to give Fleming Island some fits.
No doubt about it. And I've seen University Christian a few times this year, and this is one of the few times that they put both of the bigs in the starting lineup at the same time. Usually they kind of interchange them in and out, but tonight that's a big lineup they have over there.
Yeah, starting five for Fleming Island, and I'll read the heights that we have by comparison. Trace Burney starting tonight. He doesn't start very often, but this is his first night that we've seen him start. He stands at 5'8". 6'0" at Bryce Robinson, number 3. Number 5, Cam Baskin at 6'1". Carson Crawford, of course, we mentioned at 6'7", and Aiden Greenidge at 6'1". Average height probably about 6'0" on the Fleming Island side, which on the flip side of that for University Christian, you have number 3, Marvin Christie. He's at 6'3". Alote is at 6'10", and then Ayoyeni at 6'9". Preston Pride getting the start tonight. He's at 6 foot, and Ty Duncan at 6'2". So I don't know if you're getting your boxing card out and trying to see if there's a height-length advantage. I think University Christian's got a wee bit of an advantage on this one tonight.
No doubt about it. They also have probably 6'5", 6'7" that are going to come off the bench for University Christian, so they will keep a big lineup on the floor. I covered them against Jackson earlier in the year, and they went small to match up with Jackson's guard, so let's see if they have to do that tonight against Fleming.
Yeah, and Andrew Jackson's no joke either because they play with a lot of speed, so Fleming Island does some of the same things. They like to get into hustle mode. They're not afraid to stay in transition, so based on that, how do you think University Christian is going to match up with Fleming's speed tonight when they start running up and down the court?
You know, it's going to be tough. They're going to have to University Christian coach will have to make a decision early on if they would need to match that speed or try to stay big. I think Fleming Island's had a lot of luck with that size and speed that they're running, because even at Crawford with his size, he still gets up and down the court with the best of them.
Yeah, one of the weaknesses that you'll see in this Fleming Island team, though, unfortunately, has been at the free throw line. They're shooting 65% as a team, but last week against Creekside, they were straight 50s, and that probably lost them the game because Creekside ended up clawing right back and winning it because they couldn't get those free conversions at the foul line.
Yeah, you have a game that comes down to 1 or 2 points. I mean, that kills you when you don't make the free throws. I mean, you shoot 60%, you win that game.
Yeah. Well, the towering giants are on the floor as Carson Crawford and Adalbert Alote will jump center, get ready for the boom. And that was actually as entertaining as I thought it would be for a jump ball. And we're underway. Cam Baskin up in the corner. Shoots short, no good. Chases his own board, but then that'll go out of bounds. They'll say Fleming Island on the baseline.
These Fleming Island guards are really going to have to hit the glass, probably something they're not used to as much as they have been.
Yeah, boxing out is going to be very important tonight. His position is going to matter with a big man. That's a shot on the outside swish. And we're already underway. Bryce Robinson from downtown drains the triple, and we're off and running. And speaking of running, there goes University Christian. They're going to go cross court. And they'll settle things down right now. Preston Pride will hand it off to Marvin Christie. The smaller guys on the court, if you can believe it. Fumbled pass. Baskin's going to recover that. Here comes Fleming Island in transition. Robinson takes that himself.
Quick 5-0 start.
Fleming Island's going to need to keep that pressure on, and I wouldn't give UC a chance to do anything. There's Trace Burney, his first layup of the day. Gorgeous. And Fleming Island is already on a 7-0 run. Timeout called by University Christian. That's a 30-second timeout. My goodness, already out the gate. Fleming Island on a 7-0 run.
That's what we talked about. The guards are getting out and going. A lot of pressure.
That is something I did not expect straight out the gate, was that speed run. So Fleming Island off to a start. They need to keep that pressure on. So far, UC hasn't been able to set up their offense yet.
No. UC's comes out with the bigs playing a zone, and if Fleming Island keeps shooting it like they're shooting it, they're going to have to get the guards in the game and try to match up with this speed.
Fleming Island does also like to play a lot of full court pressure, and most teams in North Florida will do that often to try to keep things like they're going to set that up now on the inbounds pass. They like to run this 3-man, man-to-man full court press, and now Crawford's going to be at half court with a man. So that's going to leave Greenidge down low. And here comes another one. There's Cam Baskin. He gets blocked, but that's going to go out on UC, and Fleming Island will get on the baseline. An excellent contested shot there.
It's really 4-on-3 on that defensive end.
Aiden Greenidge gets on the board. 9-0 now.
Fleming Island's press with the 2 bigs back is not doing them any help.
Burney, and they're going to call an offensive foul on King Sanders, who's checked into the game. That's his first team foul. I'm sorry, no, it shouldn't be no team. No, it's a team foul. So King Sanders making a check into the game after a timeout, trying to get a little bit more speed on the floor. Again, Fleming Island on a 9-0 run.
Coach Bailey's up out of his chair now, trying to make some adjustments.
University Christian sitting in patient zone. Crawford tries the hook, no good. Loose ball hauled in. And now Marvin Christie goes one-on-one with Trace Burney, and they're going to get a defensive foul there.
University Christian's really struggling. They have the 2 bigs in the game who are getting back offensively and leaving 3 guards to break the press against 4 guys.
It's Burney's first team foul. UC yet to get on the board. Trying to find some offense there. That was no good. Tough underneath. Carson Crawford now will get a pass out to Cam Baskin. He'll fall back. Baskin sitting on that right side. Good pass. Trying to find Greenidge underneath. Kicks it out. Trace Burney loses the handle, and that'll turn over.
University Christian has to settle down right here, get a bucket.
Yeah, they seem very, very frenetic. And now they'll slow up. Baskin one-on-one with Sanders.
Think about University Christian's bigs. They don't really score on their own. They're more of a rebound putback type guys. So
that one was a nice pass and feed Alote couldn't get it in the hole. Bernie trying to fight for the loose ball. Christie drives into the lane. He'll try to sky one up. No good. Rebound. Ilyeni with the putback. He finally gets one to fall through, and that's what he's good for, grabbing it and cleaning it up.
That's what those bigs do best, rebound and putback. You got to keep them off the glass if you're Fleming Island.
Slows down the Fleming Island scoring run of 9-2 in the last almost 3 minutes. Greenidge, one-on-one with Ilyeni. That's a tall order, and a no pun intended. Bryce Robinson now up at point. He and Baskin will work on the wings with Bernie. Trace with a pass to Crawford and blocked.
Boy, he met him at the rim, didn't he?
Ooh, Carson
Wow.
Crawford still trying to put on that dunk clinic, and he met a very, very large and in charge block. That was an excellent defensive play, and you're not going to be able to get away with that easy.
Big Augustine from University Christian, number 13, playing at Presbyterian next year.
Loose ball. Christians hold it in. Ty Duncan gets it off. Ball loose again. Trying to bring the handle on it. Baskin gets that. Crawford passes up. Trace Burney runs it under the hole. Has a little contact, no call. And now they're going to say there was a foul. Let's see who the guilty party is. We're going to call the foul on Marvin Christie. That's his first second-team foul. So Dexter Clark is going to check in now. He stands at 6'4", and they have got every tall tree in the forest on that floor right now. That's
a big
else.
lineup.
And they're 9-8, which is almost inexplicable.
You know, I looked at their schedule. They play one of the toughest schedules in the state.
You figured that they would have such a size advantage that alone would make a difference. Here comes Robinson trying to haul in a loose ball. Fleming Island back on offense. Cross court to Baskin. Baskin head fakes, throws up a three. That's no good, no rebound. Ilyeni doesn't really have to leave the floor to go grab one. They'll come break the pressure up front. Nice pass across, and that one goes right off the fire extinguisher. No good. Griffin Schultz is going to check in now for the Golden Eagles.
Number 30, Ty Duncan from University Christian, one of the best shooters in the city, and hasn't had a chance to get a shot off yet, but the kid is lights out from the three-point line.
Scores 12 points a game, does Duncan, right now this season. So he's very productive. Bernie now running point guard duties, tries to flip it down to Greenidge at the foul line. The ball knocked away. Behind the back pass, and that is going to be a turnover.
Coach Bailey could not be happy with the turnover. Sloppy basketball for University Christian. First half of this first quarter.
3:47 to go in this first quarter, moving at a pretty brisk pace. Fleming Island controlling it right now. They'll play pass around, try to find rotation. Schultz cuts over to the other side of the wing. That is blocked. Wow.
He doesn't just block shots. He blocks shots.
With authority. They're going to try to test that again, and he's going to walk. The anticipation now of a defender going up to block probably forced that travel.
That's exactly what happens. A couple nasty blocks by him. Now they're second-guessing, taking shots inside.
Are these guys on the volleyball team too, by the way? I mean, holy cow, that wasn't just a block. That was a spike.
They should be.
Probably leads the basketball area in kills and just doesn't know it yet.
Right.
No contact there. Greenidge. I'm sorry, that was Robinson up front. And another turnover. They've turned the ball over far too many times in this first quarter.
No, yeah, it's very, very sloppy basketball.
Again, Fleming Island controlling the tempo right now. I guess they weren't expecting to run a race. And that's what happens when you match up David with the Goliath there, and that one's short. Contested rebound. Fleming Island gets a hold of it. Three guys down low, stripped away.
You have Duncan on a wing here if they can see him.
Pass up, and Alote goes up for the putback and gets fouled.
You know, even Fleming Island, a quick 9-0 to start the game, but we haven't scored a bucket here for a while.
Yeah, that's a opening salvo very quickly, but Fleming Island, yes, are in a scoring drought right now. So Atalbert Alote shooting two. The 6'10 senior with a great shot. That's one thing you like to see from your bigs. is that fundamental basketball from the free throw line with that nice rotation, full extension, good knee bend. Everything looked good about that one. Let's see if you can repeat that the second time.
UC subs out a 6'10 for a 6'8, I believe.
They're not giving a whole lot there. Again, another great free throw. What a fundamental shot. And that's something that used to drive me nuts about Shaquille O'Neal, biggest guy on the court. He couldn't make a free throw.
As much as you go to the free throw line, that should be all you're working on.
Absolutely.
That's
good steal. And this is going to be a good one. Bam! And that should put some life in the Christians bench right now. 9-6, and they got a trap going in the backcourt. 2.5 minutes to go. Crawford trying to find an answer. He kicks it out. That's blocked. Wow.
Energy is on UC's side right now.
Alexander Brown comes off the bench. He has really provided some sparks for Fleming Island coming in relief right now. He'll have Trace Burney take a seat there, and Brown has been very reliable coming off the bench, supporting the effort.
We started the game with a 9-0 Fleming Island run, now a 6-0 UC run, right?
Absolutely. This has definitely changed early. Isaiah Robinson has also checked into the ball game for Fleming Island. Bryce Robinson will come up, trying to find a backdoor cut, couldn't get it. Brown will take it himself. He tries to get around that. No.
Block shot after block shot.
I've lost count in what's happened in the first quarter. They're just getting them swatted all over the place. Fleming Island might want to just take their time and pay attention in the hole. Crawford will kick it out to Brown. Brown swishes it. That's a triple. So finally, a drought ends for Fleming Island, and they put points on the board. After opening up the salvo 9-0. Robinson matched up with Christie. Christie with the left hand. Crossover, and then he'll pump up. Runs into a two-man run, and Robinson gets away with that. He wins the battle on defense there. Christians fall back. Pass out on the wing. That's Schultz. He tries to drive in with the left hand. Passes it out. Brown, he'll put one to the floor. Kicks it out. Has a man open. That's Crawford. Crawford can't get the three there. Rebounded. Got to find a passing outlet. 10-second violation looming if they're not careful. Passes between the legs.
Coach better call a timeout.
And he does call it. No, they called a 10-second violation before he could call timeout. And that's a unforced error. They have done a lot of that this first quarter. Just the unforced errors are keeping this game where it is.
Totally. Right there, they got a great rebound, and everyone left. Just left the guard by himself.
Fleming Island resumed pressure, so Crawford will get to the inbound there. Schultz rotating to Robinson. Cut out to the wing. Crawford brings it back up. They'll set again. Approaching a minute to play in this first quarter. Isaiah will cross over. He throws a shot from the perimeter. That's off. Rebound straight away. Henry Arthur now in the game. Christie driving on Brown. That powerful left hand off the glass. That's a good shot.
That was a strong move right there by Christie.
Cut across. Crawford hauls that in. And that gets tipped. And again, another steal. That one's going to get two more. Ty Duncan puts that in. Cuts the deficit to 2 now. 35 seconds and counting in the first.
Great defense by Ty getting in the passing lane right there.
Robinson trying to slow things down, maybe see if they can get Fleming to one shot here, close out the quarter. Isaiah puts it on the ground. Brown outside for 3. Just off to the back of the rim, no good. They'll resume pressure on the rebound. Fleming Island collapsing on the ball. We're going to get a call here. What's the official saying? Are they going to say timeout?
Yes, we gave him a timeout that time. And again, Duncan gets the ball right there, and everyone leaves him. He was triple teamed.
Yeah, they didn't have anybody supporting him whatsoever. So luckily to get the timeout this time comes at 16.2 seconds. And those timeouts are going to become handy a little bit later. Going to kind of wish you had them later in the game.
No
That's
doubt.
2 down already for the Christians.
Yeah,
They'll have
no
3
doubt about
remaining. Well, so far, this has kind of gone Fleming Island's way, other than the fact that they had that period in the first quarter so far, just that drought where they just went ice cold for a little while. University Christian blocking everything in sight. I imagine Coach Travis Chandler is going to make some adjustments to how they work in the paint.
Yeah, they have to. University Christian has, I can't even tell you how many block shots right now, really dominating the glass, blocking shots, but they're not finishing like they should on the other end, and turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers have been what have kept them out of this game right now, but because Fleming Island went on such a drought, we're at a 12-10 game. So momentum is definitely changing address here. Fleming Island resumes that pressure in the waning seconds of the quarter. 2 men deep for University Christian, and now Duncan will take a shot from the outside. That's no good. Rebounded. One more. They'll try to see if Ayelieni can kick it out. They're running out of time here, and they'll get another shot off. That is no good. And what a wild end to the first quarter.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I'm University Christian, I'm happy where we are right now, only down 2 after that start.
Yeah, it could have been as much as 15 at this rate if Fleming Island had kept it on. Well, with that said, let's take a quick break, catch our breath, and when we come back, we'll have the second quarter of action. You're watching Hoops on SSB. It's 12-10, Fleming Island with the lead. We'll be right back after this.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. BP alongside Scott Cooper tonight for Hoops on SSB. It's going to be a busy week for us here as we progress around the Jacksonville area. Happy you're joining us tonight live on YouTube. Do us a favor, would you? Help us out with the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button. Keep yourselves informed of the games that we have on our schedule throughout the month of January, and that is turnover right there. Going to call an offensive foul on Marvin Christie. Again, last time out for Fleming Island was on Friday evening, and they played a double overtime thriller against Oakleaf. And I imagine coming off of that game, they are jacked to play this one tonight.
You got to keep an eye on Christie. That's his second foul early in the second quarter.
Smack that on the baseline. That's going to turn back over to University Christian. Yeah, Christie already with 2 fouls. He's the only one in foul trouble right now for the Christians. Ty Duncan trying to bring the ball up through this Fleming Island pressure. Burney matched up with King Sanders. Sanders gives up a good 8 or 9 inches on Trace Burney. 5-second violation. So again, another unforced error by University Christian. Very rare do you get the 5-second call like that. And you were just talking about that off the mic. Markel Holmes checking in, and you say he normally is a starter for University Christian.
Yeah, he had a really good Fortegra tournament, really energizer for University Christian. So coming off the bench cold, we'll see what he can do.
Comes into the game a sophomore standing at 6'1". Crawford up top, matched up with KJ Johnson. They'll get that way out across court on the wing. Brown will try to take that to the hole, kicks it out to Crawford. Crawford pulls it up, gives a little kiss. No good. A little too strong. Crawford, now there's a steal right there. Brown trying to put this back in the hole, and this time he's going to draw the foul. Henry Arthur gets up for contact, commits his first foul. That's the first team foul of this quarter. I'm sorry, second team foul of this quarter for UC. And that's what Fleming Island's going to have to do. Even though they've got a size disadvantage, they're going to have to do some things that will draw contact and put them on the foul line.
You're right. Carson Crawford's struggling to get it going right now offensively. He's their guy, obviously, but he's struggling to get the ball inside.
And this goes back to what we were saying earlier. Fleming Island shooting 65% from the free throw line all season long. You would think that was a good number overall, but realistically it's been clutch for them to miss things. And this time Brown goes 0 for 2 at the line, and that's not helping the cause. Good rebound, though. The putback's no good. And they'll keep possession of the ball. But you can't be at the free throw line in games that are this close like this and continue to miss.
No, not at all.
Luke Frisbee has checked into the game for Fleming Island. It's his first trip out. Also a very good perimeter shooter. Pass in the lane. Loose ball. Arthur talks that loose for the Christians. Fleming Island will haul this in. And what do we have here besides a pile of humanity?
It's like a jump ball to Fleming Island. Coach Bailey was a little frustrated there with his players trying to call a timeout. He didn't want to waste another one right there.
Just take the arrow and be done with it because
Right.
it's coming your way. We played 1 minute and 15 seconds of this quarter and still no additional scoring. It has been a game of runs so far. Frisbee on the outside with Bernie. Bernie fighting using that left hand. Bernie's got a lot of speed.
University Christian staying in this 3-2 zone.
Frisbee rotates around, pass across court to Brown. They're trying to get a lane cut there. Frisbee doesn't see what he likes. Crawford will come back out. Bernie taking his time. They'll try to get Crawford in the lane. This time a higher percentage shot, and that's good. Good cut by Crawford. Bernie with a great pass, and it's 14-10.
Great touch over the big fella, too. Went up for a block.
Oh, an extra jab step too many, and KJ Johnson gets whistled for the traveling violation.
I tell you what, University Christian's just shooting themselves in the foot. Turnover, unnecessary turnover after turnover.
I imagine that's going to be a major halftime discussion for them. It's just the unforced errors that they've committed in this first half. Crawford will hand off to Bernie. Bernie's thinking, and he says, no, it's probably not a good idea. I would imagine they're going to try to find more of that lane cut for Crawford just to get in about a 10, 15-foot jumper. And Greenidge fires into the hole. That's no good. Recovers his own rebound, gets boxed out, but did he hit the baseline again? Yeah, they did.
He did. I tell you what, though, Greenidge is so physical. He's strong and loves to play inside with the big guys.
Substitutions getting waved off here by University Christian. They're trying to come off the bench real quickly, so Alate checks back into the game. They're going to sit Ayeleni right now. He looked like he might have just been scraping his shoes off, as they're wont to do. Nice pass. Crawford collapses downward, no good, and that bounces in. What a lucky bounce there. University Christian needed that. 14-12. Trace Burney has brought up point guard duties now. Bryce Robinson getting a rest for the moment. Frisbee out on the left wing. Trying to see if they can get Crawford to set a screen. He does. They get the backdoor cut, blocked.
Another block.
Right move, just can't get around the big man. So now they're going to run that trap in the corner again. There's no help, and they're not looking for it either, but they finally break the pressure. Ball gets loose. Crawford handles that. They'll try to find his way around the hole there. There's Brown. Thought about it. Pulls up a little ahead of the three-point line. No good. Boxed out and rebounded by the Christians.
Got a slew of substitutions coming to the table. Looks like Coach Chandler's frustrated with his current guys on the court.
And he has put an entire line change out there. We're going to have a tie-up for the ball there. They'll wave it dead, call it jump ball. That's UC's ball. So coming in right now, Nate Lowry's going to check in. Bryce Robinson checks back in. Joe Johnson checks in. And Cameron Baskin comes back into the game. So they're basically replacing most of the team except for Crawford.
Crawford stays.
So they've got a little bit more agility on the floor and some more height.
A lot of contact here.
Yeah, they're going to call that the second time. First one, the referee let him get away with it, but Johnson gets called for the foul. That's his first personal. First team foul this quarter. King Sanders bringing the ball up now, matched up with Johnson. They'll try the right side, come around from the elbow. Swatted. Carson Crawford getting into the block party now. Loose ball, all sorts of trouble. You got to hurry up and get that across the line. Robinson comes across. Ooh. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound, Crawford. Crawford puts one on the floor, has it stripped away.
14 points for Fleming Island. I tell you what, after that 9-0 start.
Duncan puts that one in the hole. That's a triple.
Can't
And University Christian's got their first lead of the game.
Yeah, and you can't let Duncan shoot that wide open. He's going to make more than he misses.
Baskin up top. Johnson. There we go. Baskin up top now. He answers with a three, no good.
Fleming Island has about 5 points in the last 8 minutes.
Some contact there, no call. Say it's kind of mutual. Sanders slowing things up just a little bit. He's matched up with Lowry. Lowry also another good perimeter shooter. Cut to the lane. Ball goes loose. They're going to stay down low with UC.
Tell you what, no one can really handle this ball well tonight.
Some sloppy ball handling across the way, and I think a
there's
lot of that is
Vaseline on the ball.
A lot of that is intensity. You know, these kids are. You can tell that when a team is jittery, when their ball handling skills falter. Both teams going to have to slow it down, play their game here. That's on the floor, and get contact, no good. Henry Arthur will go to the line. Call a foul on Johnson. That's his second team foul. Arthur is senior. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Isaiah Robinson's going to check back in for Fleming Island here in just a second. First one's good. So free throw shooting definitely making a difference for UC when they've had a chance.
I was just going to say, it's a difference right now. It's a 2-point game. UC's making free throws, Fleming Island is not.
That one falls in. You want to talk about free throw shooting for University Christian. They're not shooting too much better than Fleming Island as a team, but again, make it when it matters.
Another unforced turnover.
And that's what's killing them right now. Turnovers are a creeping disease for them. There's a good pass, and there's no. And unfortunately, that's going to make a highlight reel.
9 out of 10 times he's just throwing that down. I'm not sure why he took the gas off.
Foul called on Markel Holmes, his first, third team foul. Yeah, man, if you're going to jam it in there, just stick it. Don't hold up. It's almost like he was afraid to do it for fear it would do what happened.
Right.
Robinson up top to Baskin. They'll play catch for a minute, try to find some rotation. Carson Crawford not on the floor right now. Johnson up and good. I'm sorry, Isaiah Robinson. Misread that one. Johnson is not on the floor right now.
Again, the first points in a long time for Fleming Island.
Big drought. Cuts the deficit to 1 right now, approaching the 2-minute mark. That ball's stripped, and they're going to call some contact. Call a foul on Lowry. That's his first personal, third team foul. Each team has one more foul to give this quarter before they send the other to the bonus. Trying to find an inbound pass outlet. They get it out. Duncan on the outside. He shoots from 3. He's got a hot hand. 20-16, and Ty Duncan's been burying him from the wing out there. Here comes Isaiah Robinson. He comes up, blocked again.
Another blocked shot. And again on University Christian side, if you get Ty Duncan going, it's going to be a long night for Fleming Island.
Alate gets the block and the defensive stop on that one. They'll pass it out. Baskin will rotate to Bryce Robinson. Crossover dribble, pulls it up. Nice touch. And that's the answer right there. If you're not going to get it in the paint up close, just take those outside shots. They've got the shooters to do it.
Yeah, and that's where they're getting some good looks right there, free throw line area.
And we got a call here. Call the foul on Isaiah Robinson. That's his first, fourth team foul. Next one will send University Christian to the line. KJ Johnson from the foul line. No good. Boxed out, but Cam Baskin hauls that in. Golden Eagles in transition. Pass on the outside. Here comes Lowry. No good. fight for a rebound. That turns it over to the Golden Eagles. And Nate Lowry also is another one who can get hot real quickly from that corner.
Yes, he can. We saw him play a few times last year when he was at Middleburg and really shot the lights out.
Robinson gets it in. Greenidge avoids the block. No good. And did he get fouled? He did.
I think they called that on Fleming Island, actually.
So they're going to call the foul on Lowry. That's his second, and that's going to put University Christian in the bonus.
Tell you what, Fleming Island, to really take control of this game, have to knock down some threes. The University Christian is leaving them, plenty of room to take those shots. Packing in a zone.
Markel Holmes, he'll miss the first one. Brown will check back in. Nate Lowry's got 2 fouls, so they're going to hang on to him. Keep him out of foul trouble as best they can. Holmes will take this second shot. That's good. 21-18 now, our score, approaching 1 minute to go in the half. Baskin dribbles in the lane. They'll kick it out. Brown, he advances. Give it to Greenidge. They'll rotate around. Baskin back across court to Bryce Robinson. Try to get into the lane. That's, again, blocked. But now they're going to call the foul.
Thought they were going to get him with the travel there for a second because he slipped.
Call a foul on Holmes. That's his second, 4th team foul. This one in the act of shooting, so that's going to send Isaiah Robinson to the line. And they need the points here. 43.5 seconds to go in the half. First one's good. You got to have those consistently. Ioyeni checks back into the game. He's going to get Alote to sit, and it's, like you said earlier, Scott, it's very rare that they're both on the court at the same time.
Yeah.
Can't get the second one. No box out. 21-19, the score remains. 40 seconds and counting. They'll double team here. Pass on the outside. Fleming Island has to collapse on defense, and now they'll settle down.
For those watching, we are not playing with a shot clock, which is somewhat unusual here in Jacksonville.
Turnover. This one could be trouble. It is. Henry Arthur buries the dunk. 23-19. University Christian has command. Final seconds of the half. Kick it out. Cam Baskin trying to answer. That's no good. Rebounded. Last couple of seconds here. They're going to call a jump ball. So Fleming Island will get a chance for a catch and shoot with 2.6 seconds to go. Travis Chandler wants a timeout. He's going to take 30 seconds to talk about this with his team. That's his first timeout used of the game.
2.6 left. Wants to end the half here with a bucket. See what he draws up.
This game could have easily gotten out of hand early, and Fleming Island just went stone cold. University Christian turning the ball over more times than they had possession of it, it seemed. I don't know how you can get to a turnover deficit, but boy, have they roared back. It's the block shots on defense and forcing Fleming Island to get those empty possessions, which has allowed them to crawl back to this 4-point lead.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we talked about how Fleming Island could have blown it open, but if University Christian had to turn the ball over so much, it'd be a blowout the other way.
Absolutely. This could be a track meet. In the meantime, we've got 2.6 on the clock here. Fleming Island on the inbounds from the baseline. They've got to try to draw something up quick to get a catch and shoot. They're not going to be able to get much from in the paint, lest they get blocked. So looking for a perimeter shot. And we get a foul called. No, I'm sorry. I think they might have kicked that out. And so we get a quick clock reset. They'll say 2.2 seconds on the clock. Ball turns over to University Christian. I'm sorry, now they say 1.7 on the clock. And UC will end up with the ball to close out the half, and that is not the way Fleming Island wanted that possession to go. Quick picks and intercepted, and oh, what did they call?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what all that was about. What just happened? Wow. So now we're going to have a conversation from the officials in the scorers table here. So the referee is saying that the clock started before it was tipped. So we're going to redo this here. So now the confusion is that University Christian had the ball. We'll let them sort this out real quick, but my understanding was that Fleming Island had the inbounds, then they somehow lost the ball, turned it back to University Christian. Now they're saying none of that happened.
You're right.
It was 2.2
Just
seconds.
kidding.
Now it's 1.7. Okay, I think we've got it. Anyway, Fleming Island's got to get this off quick. Shots up. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Somebody pour me a drink. Oh my goodness. 23
Wow.
to 22. That's how we end the half. Massive confusion and a buried 3-point shot. I tell you what, let's take a break. That's halftime. I have nothing more to say. Do you?
No, I'm done.
I don't think so. Let's take a commercial break. Come back and watch this one, guys. This is going to get entertaining. You're watching Hoops on SSP, and this is only Tuesday. We'll be back after this.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Back live here on SSB. We've got a conversation going on the side right now. The officials are having a quick conflab to see about the ending sequence there. We'll see if I can get Coach Travis Chandler real quick, too. Coach, the end of the half are there a little awkward. What do you think should have happened?
I think actually looking back at it, it was their basketball. You know, we had a steal that didn't count. It started, and then we ended up getting the ball. So a little misconfusion there, but other than basketball-wise, we just got to tighten up and work out the zone. A
lot of turnovers between both teams right now. What do you got to clean up this half?
Passing, and just being aggressive against that zone. I think that's the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right. Scott Cooper back with me here. We're going to resume action here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we just got word that they are not allowed to take points off the board, even though it was an error by the referee on that last play.
So they'll continue on here, and boy, that was a pretty wild exchange that happened at the end of the half. Hopefully we won't see that again in the third and fourth quarter. And
UC goes inside quick.
And that's something we didn't see much of in the first half from them, trying to run that game inside. They've got all the size they need. Trace Burney with a floater. That was pretty. And, they're going to call the offensive foul. Burney's going to get nailed for the charge, and what a good move that was, though. It's a shame it's not going to turn into points. So coming back to the turnover game, Scott, we got from the scorebook right now, University Christian committed 17 turnovers in this first half. Fleming Island committed 13, so everybody making mistakes.
Very sloppy game. UC, their turnovers were just unforced.
Yeah, Fleming Island had some opportunities too. That's a shot from the outside, no good. Markel Holmes on the outside shot, and that's probably going to send Henry Arthur to the line again. He'll get some high fives from his team. Call a foul on Aiden Greenidge. That's his first team foul of the half.
Greenidge might lack height against University Christian, but he is strong in battles down low.
He has got a powerful body. He has a good stocky build. Definitely looks like he didn't miss the weight room. First free throw is good for Henry Arthur. And again, that free throw shooting making a difference for UC so far.
I don't want to jinx him, but Arthur has a great touch from the free throw line.
They all do, actually. I mean, just watching their fundamentals, and this is evidently something that head coach Jody Bailey puts an emphasis on.
I did.
And we announced our jinx.
And
yes, we did. Oh, well. Everybody has their Jim Nance moment. Don't worry about it.
I apologize, Henry.
Bryce Robinson back leading the offense. Baskin on the floor. Trace Burney, Carson Crawford, and Aiden Greenidge. They'll rotate. Crawford trying to find his way into the lane. Too strong. Put back, no good. Third attempt. That one's stripped away, and it's going to go to UC. Greenidge puts his hands up in the air going, I'm not sure if that was off me or not, Blue, but let's go on with it.
Crawford sat a lot there in the second quarter, comes back in, and 0 for 1 in the third quarter here. He's got to get going for Fleming Island to be successful.
They're going to need him every step of the way in this half. They'll resume full court pressure right now. They'll cut across. Fleming Island struggling to come back. University Christian pouring on some speed here, but again, sloppy ball handling. That one gets turned over. Baskin picks that up. He's going to look for a passing outlet and finds Greenidge. He's got Robinson on the right side. Had that ball tipped. Oh, I don't know.
Tell you what.
I saw a hand on that one just from my angle. Yeah. I think you probably saw the same thing, Scott.
Yeah, he got tipped from the back and made him lose control of the ball. Shouldn't have been a no call.
University Christian benefits from the unforced error there. Double team right at the half-court line. Fleming Island applying that pressure, and it works. Robinson gets another go at it. He'll put in the layup, and that's great. And they're going to call and one. Call a foul on Marvin Christie. That's his first team foul of the quarter.
That's tough. 3 fouls right now for Christie with 6:18 left in the third quarter. He's kind of the engine that makes them go, so we have to keep an eye on that. I don't know if Coach Bailey's going to go to the bench right now or not.
Robinson to try to complete a three-point play here. Can't do it. Deficit stays at 2.
DP, you made a note of their struggling from the free throw line, and it continues.
That's a good turnover right there. Here comes Trace Burney. He loses it just a little bit, waits for some numbers, crossover dribble. That ball bounces into Cam Baskin's hands, partially blocked from behind. They don't call over the back. Fans want that one to be a foul, and it isn't. Cam Baskin sort of cavalier in his approach, didn't see that. That one was blocked. Using his body, Henry Arthur. So they're going to call a delay of the game warning.
I think he hit the ball after he scored it.
Yep, Arthur gets the bucket, but they call the warning. Next one will be a technical. 28-24 now. Third quarter already starting out as a slugfest.
Strong move by Arthur down there.
Yeah, uses his body. Here goes an aggressive push up to the ball. Trace Burney, good ball handling, gets out of that pressure. Baskin will rotate around. They'll try to get a screen and go to Greenidge. Greenidge runs into 3 people and gets called for traveling.
I'm not sure why he even tried to get through the trees right there. They're playing a zone, and he just goes into the forest.
You know, as it is said, Mr. Ranger didn't like that, Yogi.
No.
Jeez. No, sir. I think if I saw people that size in my passing lane right now, I think I'd pack out and look for somebody else. Yeah, there's no way.
There you go.
Another unforced error for Fleming Island. Trace Burney not tall enough to get a hold on that one. That one's going to leave Henry Arthur by himself. He misses the first one, grabs the second one.
And he looks at coach and apologizes for missing the first one.
Oops. Just be glad you got the putback there, kiddo.
You got to love it.
30-24. They're still in high school either way. 3 ball on the outside. Barry! Alexander Brown doing what he does off the bench.
Yeah, Brown's keeping him in this game after 6 points here late.
Passes out. Another loose ball. Collapse on the pressure, trying to find their way out of it. Trace Burney hauls it loose. There's a pass. Here comes Carson Crawford. Bam! It's yam time, and it's timeout time as well. They're going to call a delay of game now on Fleming Island. My goodness. So everybody's got a delay of game warning now. I think we've gotten that out of our system. Carson Crawford trying to get this place energized. 30-29. We have seen this movie before here at Fleming Island. There's been a string of games where the Golden Eagles have been in it. Another loose ball. That one can't get over the hands of Carson Crawford. Trace Burney, he'll draw contact. My goodness, that's his 3rd foul.
Almost got away with it, but he got some arm there with the steal.
Close.
UC needs to relax, slow down a little bit.
Pull up 3 ball, no good. Good rebound, and good.
That's what those do. I mean, Big Og right there, going to Presbyterian next year. You'll see a lot of him next 4 years.
Ayolieni with the putback points. That's his specialty. Coming into the game tonight, 112 rebounds, no good. Brown trying to get another one, get another spark. 32-29 our score. 3 ball, UC. That one's no good. Ayolieni gets another one. Blocked! Carson Crawford said, no, sir. Not happening this time. He doesn't have numbers, but he's going to try to take it himself, put the game on his shoulders. From the free throw line, scoops that one. That was an ill-advised shot.
Yeah, I think he got stuck with nowhere to go.
That's a foul offensively. Saw that one from here. Markel Holmes, that's his 3rd foul.
Holmes getting a lot of action after sitting that first quarter.
Nate Lowry will check in. Trace Burney's in foul trouble right now. He's got to take a seat. Christian Williams is also going to jump into the game right now. He's going to give Cam Baskin a spell. Bryce Robinson up top. He'll pass over to Brown. Now they're looking for that penetration, and Robinson shoots short. No box out on that one. Couldn't get to the ball in time. Didn't expect him to shoot from when he did.
Yeah, that was a quick shot. I'm not sure they needed that quick shot.
Markel Holmes with 3 fouls. He rolls that one in. 34-29 now.
As I said before, we have no shot clock here. There's no reason to rush that.
Robinson. This is the slowest that Fleming Island has paced themselves.
Little confusion here setting up their offense.
Robinson doesn't see what he likes. He's trying to have somebody move over to that right side. You see extending their zone defense, sitting back in 2-3. Kicks it out. Brown puts the right hand on the floor. Trying to whip that in. That was a putback. Carson Crawford finishes that off with Brown setting up. 34-31 right now. Everybody in the backcourt for Fleming Island, and they finally break the pressure. They've got to hustle. 2-on-3. That's another block, but they're going to get some contact.
Yeah.
Crawford thinks he got all ball.
He got the ball up top, but I think he got body down low.
That's his first foul of the game. It's the 4th team foul. So that'll put Markel Holmes to the line shooting 2 in a 3-point ball game. Henry Arthur will check back in. Travis Chen.
Coach didn't like that call, did he?
Getting into it. Missed free throws. That's uncharacteristic of UC. A lot of energy in this place right now. Robinson, crossover dribble. Crawford. There's Lowry. Too strong. Can't get the rebound in. Fleming Island not doing a really good job of boxing out right now. They've got to get some body presence there. Oh, don't look that happen. Oh, no.
You leave Duncan open, it's going in.
He's baking cakes all day long. He's been sitting there. Another 3-ball just wide open. 37-31, the largest lead of the game for UC. They're going to get him the backcourt violation. Nope.
No.
Oh. Wow, I thought he might have stepped on the line there, but the foul must have occurred before that. It was close. Henry Arthur's going to get called for the foul. That's his second, 3rd-team foul. Yeah, I know from down here at floor level, looks like he might have just graced that half-court line for a backcourt.
Yeah, that was some aggressive defense. I'm not sure it deserved the foul call.
37-31 right now. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in this hotly contested 3rd quarter. Pass ill-advised.
Gave it right to him.
Sort of cavalier, and this one's going to get swatted, but no. Markel Holmes with a graceful move. He makes it an 8-point game right now. Fleming Island in trouble.
Fleming Island had a little momentum with the dunk by Crawford, but UC comes right back and gets the momentum on their side.
Robinson trying to get his offense moving. He'll give out to Lowry on that right side. Pass off the legs. That one gets stripped away. Christians force a turnover. Pressure at half court. Brown sticking with it. Yeah, a little handsy there. Pass up, no good. Arthur puts it in, patient. The lead is now 10. Pass on the outside. Brown thought about it, didn't see the look he wanted. Williams will drive to the lane. Lowry from the outside. That's no good. Crawford will get a tip on it. Second chance possession for the Golden Eagles. Robinson kicks it out. There's Brown again. Brown gives it to Crawford. Higher chance shot here. Crawford behind the back. Can't get it.
Oh, boy, he
just chucked that one for good measure, and then Fleming Island gets it right back. The University Christian steals it right back. 3-on-1. This is gross.
Oh
no.
Call a timeout, Coach Chandler.
Henry Arthur puts that one in the books. No timeout from Travis Chandler. Here comes Crawford with the left hand. That's no good. And this game is now out of control for Fleming Island. University Christian pouring it on here in the waning seconds of the 3rd quarter.
It's so hard to finish when you got a 6'9" guy that's been blocking shots all night. You're thinking about that a lot more than you usually would.
That's King Sanders up top. He's looking for an outlet, goes up to the free throw line, dishes it off. UC looking to take a final shot here, coming up on 5 seconds to play in the 3rd. They're taking their time. Finally puts up a shot. That one's wide, no good. And what a turn of events in this 3rd quarter. University Christian leading 43-31 as we go to the final period. We'll take time out. When we come back, we're going to have this intense 4th quarter. You're watching Hoops on SSB live from Fleming Island, and we'll be back right after this.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter of action here. BP alongside Steve Cooper, and we got a good one tonight. 8 minutes to play in this one, 43-31. University Christian has opened the can on Fleming Island after a close game at the half. Fleming Island has made some pretty critical unforced turnovers here. And we're back in action. Trace Burney on the floor, Diego Rivera, Carson Crawford, Joe Johnson's on the floor, and Aiden Greenidge. Crawford puts that in, starts the fourth with a good shot there, 43-33. They need some more of that and some empty possessions.
Fleming throwing the pressure at him hard now. Oh, but they leave Duncan open.
Not a good idea, but he overshot it. And that one gets put back real quick. Henry Arthur cleans it up.
University Christian guards feel comfortable shooting because they have the bigs back there to clean up.
Loose ball, that's going to get called a jump ball. Will go to University Christian. This is a big game for UC above their classification right now. They come from Class 2A, playing a 5A team right now, and they're putting a beating on them. And what possibly is one of the toughest schedules in North Florida for their class.
No doubt about it.
And this Fleming Island team is better than they're showing right now. Tough defense up front. That's Marvin Christie. He's dribbling on Trace Burney right now. In the lane, Crawford tries to contest it, no good. Rebound put right back in, that's easy.
It's too easy for the bigs if they just keep doing that. They're tough to beat.
Adalbert Alate with a nice gentle tip in, 47-33 now. This is the largest lead of the game. Greenidge over with Robinson. UC's defense collapsed on that sideline over there. They've got three in that corner, and then they'll back off. Playing in a 3-2 zone right now, trying to find their way around it. They'll bounce the ball off and turn it back to Fleming. Did I hear him correctly? He called, I thought he saw pork chop. I'm like, that's a call? I like that. I like that. It definitely gets your attention on the floor. Like, did that man just say pork chop? Yes, he did. Trace Burney now on the point guard duties.
University Christian with this zone. They're very active with their hands, and they're so big it makes it tough to make passes.
Trying to find an open three on the wing there. Crawford will dish it off real quick to Greenidge. Greenidge will get fouled.
Not only is UC long, but they're so active in their zone. Makes it very difficult to get an easy shot. I mean, Fleming Island's had to work, since the 9-0 run, they've had to work for everything they've got.
This is where it's going to matter. Greenidge makes that first one. Marvin Christie has now 4 fouls. That's the first team foul in the books. Line change, the big man's going to come through. Ayelieni checks in, as does Markel Holmes. Bryce Robinson will check back in right now. He's going to spell Joe Johnson. So most of the original starting 5 on the floor right now, minus Diego Rivera. Greenidge makes that second one. That's money right now. They need it.
12-point game. 6 minutes left. No shot clock. UC needs to take their time, not force anything.
Not an insurmountable game at this point for the Golden Eagles. They've got to play a little pressure. Don't leave Duncan out there in the hole. Quick ball fake by King Sanders. Got to be careful with the fouls at this point. Greenidge switching off. Nice pass, cut away. Duncan with a good hands. Wow, he has done all sorts of things either shooting from the perimeter or just putting that one right back up. The putback points have really made a difference for UC.
Duncan's such a good kid to coach. I coached him. He's so coachable. He works hard. Good things happen for kids like that.
Timeout called by University Christian. They have 2 remaining. They'll take a full timeout with 49:35 on the scoreboard and 5:39 to play. Head coach Travis Chandler has got to get his team organized and settled down a little bit. They were playing a little frenetic in the
no doubt about it. And University Christian, big guys have really handled the glass. They're cleaning everything up, putbacks. Coach Chandler has to get something going for these guys right now.
Quick reset right now. Possession arrow going to Fleming Island. Only 1 foul on the books right now. That's by University Christian. In foul trouble right now is Trace Burney. He's got 3. Joseph Johnson, Nate Lowry both have 2. Everybody else that's in the books has 1. For University Christian, Marvin Christie's in the deepest trouble. He's got 3. Markel Holmes, he's got 4. Markel Holmes has 3. Henry Arthur has 2.
Yeah, they need Christie on the floor late in the game, so 4 fouls is troubling.
Can't have him foul out with the time remaining. They're still going to have to pay attention, and he does not appear to be on the floor right now. So they're going to save him